It's Tom from Gabriel Fitness, and this week we're back in my kitchen because I have another great recipe to share with you guys. This is one of my personal favorites. We're making baked salmon cakes. There's a couple of reasons why I love this one so much. Number one, it follows all of our rules. There's not that many ingredients, the ingredients are clean, and it's a very simple prep. But also, you can get very creative with this recipe. I'm going to show you guys the way that I love to make it, but whatever ingredients you have in the house, you can change this one up. There's lots of different fish options, vegetable options, so keep that in mind as you're seeing this one. Let's get to it. Let's go over the ingredients real quick, guys. We're going to start out with our fish. I'm going with wild pink salmon, but again, it's your choice. We're also going to have some almond meal. If you don't have almond meal, just chop up any kind of nuts. You can also use nut butter. You're going to need 1 egg. This is going to help hold the cakes together. Any kind of vegetables will do. I'm going with a fresh zucchini and an onion, but use what you like. Also, a little bit of sriracha sauce. I like mine a little spicy. Whatever seasonings you guys like. I'm going to use a little salt, pepper, some basil, and finally some lemons. They're going to help me finish it off once the recipe is ready to go. As far as the prep work goes, I'm going to start by getting my vegetables ready. I'm going to peel my zucchini and chop it up real fine. I don't want big chunks in the cakes. I'm going to set that aside. I'm also going to get my onion ready to go. Same thing. I want to dice it up nice and fine, small pieces, and set these aside. The next part is optional, guys, but I like to soften my vegetables up and add a little more flavor. So I'm going to put a little grass-fed butter in a pan and add my zucchini and onions and brown them up just a little bit. Again, add a little more flavor and get them nice and soft. You don't have to do this, but it definitely adds a little touch to your cakes. Once they're heated up, I'm going to set them aside and let them cool off before I add it to the mixture. Now we're going to get our mixture ready to go. I'm using 2 cans of wild salmon here. I want to make sure I drain them out before I add them in. Get rid of all that nasty fish juice. Next, I'm going to add my egg in. Usually 1 egg is good for 2 cans. If you're having a little bit more fish, obviously you need a little bit more egg. And then I'm going to add in my almond meal. Again, you don't have to use almond meal if you don't like almonds. Any kind of nut butter works here, or just ground up whatever nuts you like. The vegetable mix is going in next. I've set it aside and let it cool enough that it's okay to get mixed in with everything else. And finally, spice it up. Use whatever seasonings you guys are into. I like mine a little bit spicier, but use whatever you like. And then finally, a little sriracha at the end. Again, I like mine spicy. I'm then going to mix it all up by hand. I want to make sure all the ingredients are blended together evenly so each cake has a little bit of everything. I'm then going to make my patties about palm size. You should get 6 patties out of 2 cans. Once I have them all laid out nice on my sprayed pan, I'm again going to add a little bit of seasoning on top of them. Just a little bit of salt and pepper right before they go in the oven. And then finally, I'm going to chop up one of my lemons and spray it over the top. Once they're ready to go, my oven's been preheated 425. I pop it in for about 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, I'm going to pull them out and make sure I flip them over. I want to make sure I get a golden brown crust on both sides. So I flip them all over and then pop them back in the oven for one more shot. About 5 or 10 minutes later, they should be good to go, golden brown on both sides. It's that simple, guys. Baked salmon cakes. And try to get creative with this one. Maybe try some crab meat or some tuna, whatever you prefer. If you have any questions, you want a copy of this recipe, or you have a great recipe you want to share with me, send it on in, tom@gabrielfitness.com. If not, we'll see you next week.